We had a story of a customer who needed to use their PLB hiking in the glaciers, and they were rescued. And that PLB was replaced by the manufacturer. And then that same customer was mauled by a bear and used their PLB again, and it was replaced again. So PLBs do save lives. A PLB, or Personal Locator Beacon, is a device usually carried by a person on board a vessel. The PLB works on a 406 megahertz frequency, and once activated, the signal goes up to a satellite and relayed and is received ultimately by rescue personnel. The PLB has a unique 15-character ID code, or hex ID. Since you register a PLB, the registration hex number is cross-referenced in a database. So now they know who you are because you've registered the PLB and you told them what kind of activities you're doing. We're in the marine industry. However, a PLB can be used in hiking, fishing, camping. The range of a PLB is global. It can be picked up anywhere by anybody. PLBs are pretty compact, and they can go into your foul weather gear, they can go into your camping gear, and they're easy enough to use. So you would just, in this particular unit, you would deploy the antenna, and you want to make sure it definitely has a view of the sky, and simply just press on the on button here. And when it's not, when the antenna is furled, there's a hard plastic covering the button, so there's no accidental activations. These devices are used when there's a risk of human life. I'll throw it out there. One thing about marine safety is this whole industry was built because we care about one human life. So a personal locator beacon has a few different options. So before, a PLB in the industry would be sort of a mini EPIRB, where it's transmitting a 15-character ID code, and ultimately going up to a satellite, being received by rescue personnel. And now they also have a PLB. This is more of an AIS transponder, but it still is rescuing a person. They are for the marine industry, where a person who is overboard, this will transmit AIS. So anybody with an AIS receiver will see an indicator on their multifunctional display that there's a distress. It's usually in the form of a round circle with an X in it, and that it's indicated with red. So you'll see that on your multifunctional display. So this is to a boat or a vessel. It also has a DSC relay, digital selective calling. And what that will do is the MMSI number that's programmed into your radio would be programmed into this unit. And that would be paired up with a VHF radio. And the VHF radio would show a display that MOB1 is transmitting someone from your vessel. Right out of the box, activated, anybody with an AIS receiver will get this signal. Any boat, any vessel, the DSC function, or the digital selective calling feature, will pair with your radio on your vessel. Another version combines both the personal locator beacon and the AIS transmitter, and that is the Rescue Link 450. This has both 406 capabilities, so now it goes up to the satellite and is received ultimately by rescue personnel, and also transmits AIS. So any vessel in the area will see an indicator on their multifunctional display that there is a distress. If you're doing coastal cruising, I would definitely suggest doing the 450. The advantage here is not only is rescue personnel being made aware of someone in need, but also any vessel in the area. Most likely, you're going to be rescued by someone in the area, even your own vessel, because now there's an AIS transmission being picked up and on your multifunctional display, an exact location. So the chances of rescue personnel getting to you before another vessel is slim.